Hi, my name is Sherry Francis. I was raised in Hawaii, so I guess I would consider myself a pretty active 61-year-old. I love the outdoors. Anything that's outside is my kind of cup of tea. My husband and I are pretty adventurous, so we hike and kayak and swim. And last Thanksgiving, I was in a horrible car accident. My car got T-boned and I flew through the sunroof and landed in a barbed wire fence. All of the responders that saw me and saw the car said I shouldn't have lived. I was pretty messed up. I broke a lot of bones, broke my knee, my femur, crushed my pelvis, which was probably the worst thing. It was pretty horrific. I woke up in ICU thinking, why am I still here? Honestly, I wanted to be with Jesus. I didn't want to be in all this pain. But I knew there must be a reason for me to still be alive. God had a purpose for me. I can't say that I actually have been physically healed yet, but more importantly, I've had a healing on the inside. I came through this experience actually looking at life completely different. The things I thought were so important really aren't important to me now. And I look at what really matters. Having Jesus' presence in my life has been utterly life-changing. This is where I sleep, and this is where I sit all day because I can't walk yet. And I'm a doer and a mover and a shaker, and I don't like sitting. So I know this is from God because it's not me. I am experiencing like a peace and a joy that honestly, I don't think I've ever had like this before. His presence, it will fulfill the deepest longings of your heart. It has mine.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that He would give His only Son to make a wretch His treasure. How great the pain of searing loss! The Father turns His face away as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory.
Hey everyone, we're Stephen and Sharon Rodriguez, and we've been members of River City for quite a while.
So last summer, our son was showing some signs of regression, and he would later be diagnosed with a disorder. Having a background in education, I definitely saw some signs and some things that were concerning with his development. His regression was in language and his skills, as well as changes in his personality. During that time, it was lots of feelings of helplessness, and so we just began praying. We were praying to God for healing. We were also praying just for wisdom on how best to help our son.
It's around fall, winter of 2020, a couple months after he was diagnosed. We saw glimmers of our son coming back. It was a word here and a word there. And I think one of the blessings that we've had is actually our daughter. I mean, they're like best friends, and God has used our daughter to reach him in a way that maybe we haven't been able to reach. So here we are in 2021, and we have our son back, and God has just done a miracle in our son. That light that was gone has now come back. In our family, we have what's called an Ebenezer jar. Ebenezer means stone of help. Anytime that God has worked miraculous in our lives as a family, we write down what it is and we write down the date. And so we have a new stone that God has healed our son. You can actually look back and say, God, you showed yourself to be faithful. You did a miracle in our son's life. You did a miracle in our family's life.
Behold the man upon the cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished.
My name's Jay Cortez. I'm here today with my wife Nancy, and we wanted to share about our oldest of 4 children, Emily, who was 27 years old just a year ago when she died from an epileptic seizure and drowned. She had been married to her Ugandan sweetheart and best friend for almost a year at the time.
So Emily is our sunflower, bold and beautiful. When I got that call to go to the emergency room and they wouldn't answer my questions, all I could do on that drive was to pray. And the verse that came to me that I prayed over and over while I was driving was, God, you are before me and you are behind me and you have me hemmed in and you lay your hand upon me. You know, when I got there, of course, I stepped into my deepest pain ever. It never crossed my mind that death is what the Lord was preparing me for.
This is the hardest loss by far I've ever had in my life, and I know the same's true for Nancy. And you know, we clung to our faith, and I don't know how we would have gotten through this without that faith. We knew Emily was immediately in his presence, that you know, her epilepsy is no longer an issue. So what gives us the most hope and joy is that we know that someday we're going to go see Emily in heaven and walk with her and talk with her and laugh with her and get to put our arms around her and hug her.
You know, Jesus holds our daughter Emily, and I was going to hold on to Jesus. What I love about God is that He is such a personal God, and I am so grateful for the very many beautiful, sweet, gentle ways that He made Himself known to me. For my mama's heart, because oh my goodness, God did some beautiful things for me. On her birthday, which was a hard day, first of all, I had woken up, I just woke up out of my sleep at 3 a.m. and Emily was born at 3:01, and I was like, wow, Lord, you woke me up when she was born. And it was like Emily was there saying, Mama, I'm with you. And I just peacefully went back to sleep. We went to Auburn, which is where Emily loved to be, and we went with her husband and our daughter. So we were on this trail that she always loved, and we were walking, and Mzungu's fiddling with his jacket, and he like is putting his phone away, and he's like, what's this? And he pulls out this tiny little love note that Emily had written to him that he had never seen before. She had tucked it in his jacket. And while we were on that trail on her birthday, he opens it up and he reads it. And so I was able to hear her voice. She just wrote this sweet little love note to him, and then she ended it with, keep on a going, my love. Keep on a going. And I was just like, that just made me so happy that God would wait for her birthday on a trail that she walked with the Lord so much on, that I could hear her voice again. God just showed up for me in ways that mattered to me. Yeah, that's just like incredible.
I will not boast in anything, no gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, His death and resurrection. What should I gain from His reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: His wounds